Hello, friends and family. My name is Daniel Burrell, and welcome to Diary of a Manic. Today, we're doing the long-awaited Will Graham episode, where I'm going to talk about Will Graham from Hannibal. That has nothing to do with Hannibal. That's Liquor Depot. I just needed to get it out of the way. So, I'm first going to say, spoiler alert. I have a few disclaimers for this video. The second one is, keep in mind that I'm not a psychologist, I'm still going to school, so this is really my studying a lot of research, and yeah, so don't judge me too harshly for this. Also, spoiler alert, I know I mentioned it before, but there are a hell of a lot of spoilers in this video. So, let me know what you think of these, and if you like them, I'll continue doing them. If you don't like them, then I'll move on. Next week's episode will be Hannibal Lecter himself, and it should be really interesting. I've written the episode, and it's really interesting to me, but I'm a little biased because I wrote it. So, let's get started. Who is Will Graham? Will Graham is the main character in the TV series Hannibal and the main character in the novel Red Dragon. We're going to be talking about Will in the sense of the TV show, just because he's a little different in the book and he's more interesting in the TV show, I find. Will Graham in the TV show is an ex-cop turned professor working for the Behavioral Analysis Unit in the FBI. So he does forensic psychology and psychology that he teaches. In the first episode, he's approached by Jack Crawford, special agent and head of the BAU. He works closely with Jack and a few others, including Beverly Katz and Alana Bloom, helping solve murders, mostly from the Minnesota Shrike. So, in the first episode, he's plunged into a world of trouble when he actually shoots one of the murderers he's trying to catch, the Minnesota Shrike, aka Garrett Jacob Hobbs, because he is trying to kill his daughter. Will Graham is valued as a special agent because of his ability to empathize with anyone and everyone. Now, everyone has empathy, but Will Graham has what you would call pure empathy, which is a rare disorder that allows him insight into what people are thinking and feeling. Like, everyone has empathy, he just has a lot better dealings with it. So, I'm not saying he can read minds, but with pure empathy, that's about as close as you can get to being able to read minds. Will has an issue with his pure empathy, as it allows him a little too much perception into what these murderers experience, their highs, their lows, why they feel the way they do, why they murder. It's pretty scary stuff. Eventually it starts haunting him, along with the post-traumatic stress disorder that really hits him hard after the death of Garrett Jacob Hobbs. I think he shot him like 8 times or something, and it was obviously quite traumatic for him. Evidence shows that along with Will Graham's PTSD, he also suffers from major depression, generalized anxiety disorder, and he learns partway through the show that he's suffering from encephalitis as well. Encephalitis is an inflammation of the brain, and in Will Graham's case, it's encephalitis localized to the right hemisphere. The regular symptoms of encephalitis are headaches, fever, and a general feeling of unwell, but it can lead to seizures and loss of time, which Will experiences. As I said, Will's encephalitis is localized to the right side of his brain, which leaves him with deficits in spatial awareness, creativity, and art awareness. When Hannibal gives him a piece of paper and is asked to draw a clock, he draws the clock and the numbers are all askew and they're all crowded to the lower right half. So, at the end of the first season, Will is committed to Baltimore State Hospital for the criminally insane after being framed as the copycat killer by Hannibal Lecter. The copycat killer was responsible for the deaths of 4 individuals that resemble closely the murders committed by the Chesapeake Ripper, which is actually Hannibal Lecter. At the hospital, he's not allowed to leave his cell in lieu of not being able to leave. He spends most of his time in a sort of memory palace. I say a sort of memory palace because typically if it's a memory palace, it's based on a structure. I actually have a memory palace based on this house that I'm in right now, and I go by each room holding different memories. Will's is really interesting because he spends his time in his memory palace fly fishing, actually, which is really interesting. I would like to research a little more about that and see if it's actually possible. Usually it has to be a structure just because you remember it exactly how the rooms are, and you kind of place objects where you want them to be so you can remember specific things. I'll go into more detail about memory palaces when I do Hannibal's video though. So, when Will comes out of the hospital, he continues his relationship with Hannibal despite knowing full well that it was Hannibal himself that placed him in the hospital in the first place, because he framed him for murder. So, why is this? Why does he continue this relationship? My theory is that it's a sort of Stockholm Syndrome attachment to Hannibal that he has. Hannibal is not only a doctor of psychiatry, but he's also basically a madman and a psychopath. So not only would it be amusing to Hannibal to keep Will that close, but it's also probably quite interesting to Hannibal to have Will around, because Will can experience things the same way Hannibal can, whereas most people can't, as a result of Will's pure empathy. So Will would be one of the only person who truly understands Hannibal outside of his person suit. So what's your theory on Will Graham? Why is he the way he is? Why does he continue the relationship he has with Hannibal? And as I forgot to mention earlier, Will wanted to be a special agent in the FBI, but he couldn't pass the exams because he was too mentally unstable. So that kind of explains why he retired early from the police force as well. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I'm going to be recording Hannibal's video soon, and I'm really excited for your feedback on this video. Let me know in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, let me know on Twitter if you really want what you thought of this video. And yeah, also appreciate my Christmas sweater. It is January 21st, and Lindsay and I just got our Star Wars Christmas sweaters in the mail. So it's a little late, but I really like it. It's cute as hell. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. See you later.